Hey guys, I'm RozaldVaneGAME, and welcome back to another episode of Ryse Son of Rome. So last episode we were finishing out we were trying to get to Vitalian to help him out, but Boudica got to him before we did, and she basically ended his life. I don't know if I could have saved him at all, because I think that they might have just forced me to fight the barbarians to kind of just get to him, but we really never could. I really don't know. It didn't look like we could anyways. We did do a bunch of collectible stuff, so yeah. But right now we're getting revenge by getting Boudica slayed. We gotta get rid of her before...
It's Boudica, sir! On the war elephant! She's trying to breach the palace defenses!
Uh-huh.
What artillery do we have? There's a Scorpio up on the ridge there, sir!
Where? Oh, jeez. Bro! Are you guys kidding me? I barely even understood what I was doing here. Oh, what the heck? Oh, I'm dead. Oh, wow, okay. What the heck was that? What was I supposed to do? I didn't realize she was supposed to, I was supposed to, aim for her or something. Okay, let's go.
It's Boudica, sir! On the war elephant!
I see
She's
that.
Trying to breach the palace defenses! What artillery do we have? There's a Scorpio up on the ridge there, sir!
Up on the ridge? Where?
Sir, don't move back too far! Enemy archers have this area covered!
I'm so confused. Why am I aiming for those guys over here? Okay, so they're just gonna continuously throw elephants at me, right? Is that it? I'm so confused. Wait, so we're playing a game of Frogger?
Sir, Boudica is almost through the defenses!
I mean, I can't really do much, I guess, besides doing this. I like how this guy is just standing here nonchalantly. He's like, oh yeah.
It's charging!
I don't even know where to go. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's very, very unintuitive and confusing, but it feels like we're playing like a elephant frogger for some weird reason. She's through the defenses. Oh! Elephant down. Whoa. She fell with the elephant. I don't think she died. I think she's probably just gonna climb out of there, yeah. It's finally me and her, one-on-one, all over again. For the second time already. Oh? Is she just gonna walk... Wow, she's just gonna walk away on me? Really? Oh, damn it. I'm, not sure where to walk on. Wait. Is there anything over here? It says kill Boudica. That's the only task I got. New scroll. Okay. Actually, how much more collectibles I got? I got 97% of the progress now, so that's good. Scrolls. Oh, I missed one. Darn it. Ah. Somehow I missed one. Is there any vistas I missed? No, I got all the vistas in this level. Okay. Yeah, that kind of sucks. I missed one of the vistas, or one of the chronicle, or the scrolls. Sorry, one of the scrolls are gone, unfortunately. So this is the final fight, I'm assuming, and then the rest is just the story cutscene, I bet.
We meet again, Roman.
Uh-huh.
This time yield or pay the price.
No, thank
Let you destroy Rome.
Never.
We can't both win. And I've come too far to let you stand in my way.
Uh-huh. I mean, I've started to get used to the idea of, how it works. How the parrying works a little bit. Oh, I missed. Oh, shoot. I was, off by, a second. She's doing it again? Okay, the big ones is, to get her to, use a third one. There we go. Yeah, because I had to time it well. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's just I just did a little one, jab at her. One stab of her. Yeah, it's all about the parrying in this case. Oh, I couldn't see. I couldn't see because the camera suddenly moved away. Yeah, the camera stops. It's gotta stop moving away like that. Like, the camera sometimes moves on its own. I'm not moving the camera at all. Like, I'm not moving the mouse. Like that. Like, it's gotta stop doing that. I know it's trying to adjust to make me not touch the wall. But it's like... Seriously, it does kind of distract me a little bit if I... Oh, she's down. There it is. Not a single focus used. I was gonna use my focus thinking about it, but... Ooh, Spartan kick. Beautiful Spartan kick there. Round 2?
I say yield. Do it now, Boudica.
Round 2, here we go. Oh, jeez. Okay, she has her own sort of focus style attack. Okay. This is a little harder because she's like... She has a bit more of a different style of moveset, it looks like. Oh, wow, okay, I can stop her there. I didn't think that was gonna actually be possible. Oh, okay, that was too early. I hit too early on that one. Okay. Yeah, I think there's like an internal set counter for her to like just... Okay. Okay, I'll do the same. Oh no, I forgot focus don't work on her. Ah. Yeah, focuses don't work on her. I forgot about that. I did do that by accident at one point with her when I fought against her last time. Yeah, I just need to parry her basically. I just need to learn to be good at parrying. There we go. Yeah, I just need to time it very well with the parrying. It doesn't matter how much. It doesn't matter how much. Like anything I would do. Yeah, like it doesn't matter like if I have focus or not, because it just matters only if I parry. I keep missing that initial hit, and I hate that I missed the initial hit because I don't know which one she starts off with sometimes. Oh, jeez, missed it. Oh, okay, I guess I got her. That was a really random attack, dead. Oh, that was it. Not my type after all, achievement unlocked. Is this something about...
Ryse, Son of Rome. We're not much different, you and I.
Uh-huh.
Fate has made us enemies. But in another life.
In another life, perhaps.
Yeah. I can see that.
One.
Sorry if
No.
you hear the window. This is probably the wind hitting it.
Not in this one.
I see. So they were kind of... There was kind of the sort of affection that the two had.
Do it, Roman.
No. Don't. You don't need to. Really? Oh. I guess... Well, I mean, they have to do it because she would technically... If she was still alive, they would have kept...
To me.
She would have kept coming at them, I
Display
guess.
this in the highest place you can find.
Yeah, it's
The
Boudica's head.
barbarians see it, they'll run. The battle will be ours.
Yep. And that takes us to
You're
here.
clearly not here to protect me. What now?
And
had
you.
my family murdered. You have left Rome in ruins. Everything that has happened, all this needless death, your jealousy, your vanity, and your arrogance has caused it all.
Wait! Have you forgotten the Oracle's prophecy? Emperor Nero can only die by his own sword. You can't kill me. Only I can. You said so yourself. You anger the gods.
Then he'll attest to the
How can you
god's
die,
choice.
General? Then I could at least die as an emperor,
What?
even if I never lived as one.
Huh? No, he's gonna stab him with it.
Defeated. So, it's not them pounding on that door. Those are my Praetorians. God! God! Damocles is
This
here!
guy's stupid, I
He's here to
think.
kill me! Protect me now!
I think Nero's stupid enough to think that it's Praetorians, but I don't think it is. I don't think it's the Praetorians. I think it's something else. Also, why did we hand him the dagger, for crying out loud, dude? Yeah, now he's using it against us.
Marius, my good man.
Evil.
Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused me? How hard I've worked to tease all these pieces into place.
Yeah. Oh, so he was the one who caused the mother and sister to get attacked and killed. Dude, why did you do that though? Bro.
Leontius is dead, my emperor.
Ah, so he's been controlling Nero.
This is not the time.
Yeah, I saw that. We saw that.
Run.
We know that.
Why?
It's simple. To destroy Rome and end this foolish notion of civilization.
Marius, watch out!
Too late. That's so random though.
Play your games. We gods play ours.
But the game has rules.
Well, we're sort of injured, I guess. I mean, I don't really like the story's like weird god involvement thing. The god involvement thing is just like weird as hell, dude. It's just, I don't know. This kind of thing just makes me. Oh, I'm dead. I don't really know how to dodge that though. Oh, I'm not dead. Okay, I'm confused. Ow. I hit the parry button by accident. Okay. Gotta end the life of this idiot here, I guess. Really? Are you kidding me? Come on. So I get extra health for just ending these guys. Oh. Wow, okay. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the movie Old Boy a little bit, but instead it's like very like direct to like to how we would like attack the enemies up front instead of like getting involved not directly, getting involved in a tight corner hallway, I guess. Oh, messed up. Boink. Alright. Oh, wow. Oh! he did a friendly fire there. That's hilarious to me. How many more enemies are there in this place? Dang it. It's so stupidly weird. And we're not, like, going down either, so it just makes it weirder for me. Okay, got it. Got rid of the guy. Okay, we're healing up, which is nice. This is like, well, you ran into it yourself, buddy. I'm sorry. Now what? Wow, man. This is really nicely placed together. I think it's very well put together, though. Boom. And out you go. Yeah, because I like the sequence is well put together in a way that's like very simple, yet very very epic looking. What was that? He just like, oh, I was gonna walk into your blade. It's like, no. I think at the end they want you to have low health anyways walking into this. Okay. That doesn't even let go. Wait, what? Why XP? I don't want XP bonus, I want health bonus. Setting old depths. Vendi Vidi Vici. My Emperor of Dirt. All achievements unlocked. All that achievement unlocked. Oh! Oh, I see. So he's dying to the blade of his own statue. That makes a lot of sense. Yep. The gods were right. You did die by your own blade. Oh, jeez. Marius is way too injured to survive this. It's game over for me. Or Marius, rather. Well, he did his job, right? So... Oh. So they both agreed that this was meant to happen anyways. So both gods acknowledged that this was meant to happen. Really?
In time, Rome healed, and her civilization once more grew and flourished. The city, saved by an unsung hero, would go on to stand for thousands of years. Rome would endure. From then until the last days of man.
Okay, I guess. And there stands Marius, the guy who literally did it all for them. I like that the, whatchamacallit, the whole, like, put together of, like, this sort of, like, oh, his history's told on this sort of column in Rome. That's pretty interesting that they did that. And this is the credits. Cool. Yeah, so that's Ryse Son of Rome. I am... Man, this was it's a game of... This game kind of felt conflicted a little bit. I walked in this, of course, anticipating nothing. Like, I didn't really know what the game was about. I knew there was just high-quality cinematics, or pretty good cinematics in general. I, for one, agree that this game does have really good cinematics for sure. I just think that their heavy emphasis of it does a really good job at, like, marketing this game in a way that that makes it very enjoyable, I guess. Like, it's almost like watching a movie, obviously, but a little bit of challenge here and there. A little bit of, like, great set pieces that are set up for parts of the game. But I think there's just, like, little tiny bits of pieces and stuff that I just kind of disagree with, that I felt like weren't great and could have been better in the case of this game. But yeah, starting off with the story, of course, that's the first thing that I always usually like to hit on, is that the story is pretty alright, actually. I like the drama, the sort of, like, the sort of Roman political drama that they've created for this game. Although it's fictional, as I've stated in one of the episodes, it's highly fictional, and it's not trying to be as historically accurate as it should be. It's very, very, like, slow at the start. But then when you pick up the pace, you start realizing, oh, this is interesting. And then you see where all the components are coming together. Like, the expectation of that X amount of characters are going to die. But in the end of it, it felt like, oh, Marius did die as well. So that means that we don't really get a sequel or a chance for a sequel sort of feeling. Because there was rumors that, or the article that I read that about Ryse Son of Rome randomly, stated that it was like supposedly a build-up for another game that would probably have some relations to this. But I don't see how that would work in terms of how the story ended. I think that the story ended there, it would be nice. And like, it ended nicely and sweetly without having too much things to it. And I think the story is just at a point where I feel like I agree that this is how it should work. Unless they're going to pull off like a God of War Kratos situation where he comes out of hell, like he fights through hell and he comes back to life or something. That'd be the weirdest thing ever. But I mean, at this point, the game kind of took too much, like it leaned into it leaned into the sort of like fictional god mythical thing. But then it's like, it feels so weird that they've added them in because they probably wanted particle effects, or they just wanted a beautiful looking someone, or like devious looking someone to like be the real chess players out of this. Like everyone was the pawn or the king or the knight, the rook, whatever. They're like the chess pieces. Everybody in the whole game are chess pieces essentially, while the two gods are playing chess against each other with Rome's as the battleground. It just feels like that kind of sort of like the idea or thinking didn't feel right, because I felt like it would have been better that it just stayed as just having the goddess be involved and the other guy just not really doing it, because he didn't really state why he did it. He just said he just wants them to just suffer. It's like, okay, that's the most boringest plot purpose or character motivation I've ever seen in my life. Yet he's a god, so gods really don't need anything. Like, if you put a character as like a god, they most likely will say that they don't really have a purpose because they just feel like they want to have fun or they just want to do something. Like, sometimes they're the motivators of a god being involved. It's just not as fun as it is because they don't have anything to lose. Like, that's the problem, is these two goddess and gods, had nothing to lose. Maybe the goddess does, because she cares about Rome, so she has something to lose. The other guy has nothing to lose, honestly. So if this whole plan falls through in the story, guess what? He continues to live. He doesn't really care anyway. So there's no point in this whole thing for him, honestly. There's no involvement for him to be involved. So it just feels like there was this conflict for me that I'm just like, I don't feel like the goddess and god thing, the whole god situation, the whole oracle situation, just doesn't feel like it's anything important. I feel like if you removed it effectively and just replaced it with like the god, like the king wanted to be the god, the next god or something, then I could totally see that being a thing. And his sons were just incompetent in trying to hold on to that power or something. That would have been just fine without the icicle god guy. I just think that it would have just been fine without him in mind, and the goddess is just the one who just carries it forward or whatever. Yeah, because there's just no interest in that guy, that the guy who was advising them. Like, he didn't really show any background characteristics that made me understand why he should be there in any sense, besides him just being like whatever. But yeah, that's the story in my opinion. I just think that everything was great. My favorite scenes were technically the ending, where the Emperor's son basically finally took the turning point to like just end the Boudica's father, and just started this sort of like internal conflict with Marius, and then from there the sequence of Marius getting revenge on the Emperor's son was like my favorite sequence of the whole segment of this game, and I like that a lot. I didn't care for the last mission. The last one was just whatever. It was just a closure for every character in general, like just to wrap it up and all that, which is whatever. But I think that was the only part where I was just like, yes, this is it, because there's motivation for Marius to like do the thing, because he was just so conflicted throughout the first half of the game, and now he got to that point where he's not conflicted. He's actually going on, realizing that he's finally doing the things he wanted to do all this time, which is to get revenge for those who betrayed him. So that really did a really good job for me in general, for like getting me hooked into the game very, very much for the rest of this game, I think. Yeah, so that's the story. Gameplay wise, I think gameplay is very simplistic. I prefer it. I started thinking about this. I much prefer it over Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. I played Hellblade years ago, and this game reminded me of it because of the sort of like simple hack and slash style gameplay. But this one had execution. It has parrying. Oh, actually no, Hellblade did have parrying, but this one had more shield parrying, shield bash attack. It had like actual sort of like XP sort of stats and stuff like that. It has like all these other things, like, oh, you have an army to like work with. You got some shooty bits and stuff like that. The shooting arrow, the Scorpio is what they're calling it. Which is much more dynamic and much more like much more inaccurate, but much more versatile with like how you want to switch up your gameplay. And I think that that's what's nice about this. And I much prefer this gameplay over Hellblade. But Hellblade's simple for a reason, because its focus is on narrative. This one's focus is on both narrative and gameplay, which is a good balance. I think this is a really fantastic balance for how they would make this game like shine for a player to just play through it like in a cinematic way. Though it doesn't top games that I normally like, that is very cinematic-y. Like, it doesn't seem to hit that point that I feel like. Like, I think Tomb Raider kind of hits almost like a cinematic-y style thing, but it's more of a game. But I feel like Rise of Rome is kind of like going for like this more cinematic versus gameplay kind of thing, like Uncharted or The Last of Us, or what other games? I would say Death Stranding is another one where it's very cinematic-y, but it's also very more gamey game. I played Death Stranding on my own, so I really enjoyed that one a lot, due to the fact that I felt that Death Stranding was very much like a movie, a cross between a movie and a game, and it felt really good. Like it hit the right notes that I thought was like what's needed to be a movie disguised as a game kind of feeling. Here it's the same thing where it's just like, but it's just very watered down to a point where it's just simple and very straightforward, much like Uncharted and The Last of Us, and maybe even like God of War, the latest God of Wars and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's what I think about some parts of that gameplay stuff. But I think one of the big thing about gameplay is that I would remove some components. I think combo didn't do me any interest. I think the number increasing is nice. It feels good. But the feeling of it being gone would have been nicer, because I don't have to be distracted about, oh, I have to keep the combo going so I can get some sort of reward of sorts, I guess. Like, combo felt like it was not necessary. It's not like DMC, not like Devil May Cry, not like Hi-Fi Rush, where the combo meter actually gives you a grade at the end. Like, it's not that at all. And it just felt like the combo was just there for the sake of being there to give you XP, but then I could also see XP being gone entirely, but of course we would not have like the upgrades to. The question would be, where would you put the stats upgrades? Like, how do you upgrade your focus? How do you upgrade health? How do you upgrade your inventory to your throwing spears? Yeah, I just think that was something that I kind of felt a little conflicted with. This combo being removed would have been necessary, I think, to just focus on the combat, I think, maybe. And if not that, the other trade-off I would throw in is executions. Not to say that I don't like the execution. I like the execution because it reminds me a lot of it reminds me very deeply of Yakuza a little bit, because Yakuza has like a lot of execution, but they call it heat actions in that game, where it's just like press Y, but you have a meter build up to activate it, and this one doesn't. It just has like a focus meter, which gives you a more invincible state sort of thing, and you move faster, you hit harder, and etc. etc. And I think that getting rid of executions could be another option, because it's a lot of work to do animations for that, but it also breaks pace. Like, I feel like that's another issue. It's like it breaks pace a little bit. Because it's like you hit, and then you're like, oh, I got a skull, but then I'm focusing on trying to hit the execution, but I also am getting attacked by somebody, and it's just like, I want to parry that, but then I'm just gonna go for the execution, and it just breaks flow. I just take a rest of the thing, instead of just like doing it much more fast paced of like fight, take breaks, fight, take breaks. Instead of just fight, take break, and you're still in the battle, but keep going. It's like, it feels like there's a lot of pacing issues with some of the combat pieces, I feel like, that comes from the execution. But that's why I say it would be a trade-off if I say no executions but combos, and then the combo would be like, the higher the combo, the more damage you shill out against the enemies. Or if you do more executions, no combos needed. But this time, your execution would be much more like on pace, without thinking about, oh, I have to hit the right buttons. Because another issue was hitting the right button of slash or shield bash. And I'm just like, bro, I don't want to think about this in the middle of the execution, because it's like, you're making me, like, I get the interaction piece, but it just feels like it's slowing me down a lot more. It makes me feel like, yeah, I'm doing the action, but I just think that it slows me down a little bit, because it still kind of requires a player input, and that I feel like overwhelming the player with more input to stuff is just a little bit annoying, I think. A little bit, not to say that it is the worst thing, it's just a little bit annoying, a tad bit annoying. Even parry is just like, parry and dodge roll is just kind of weird to me, but I think it's nice to have, because there's a variety of enemies that will say, oh, you should only be able to dodge roll me, but you can't bash me. Or you can bash me, but you have to really time it, which is nice. But I also think timing the attacks also are not necessary either, I think. Because that's always really random, unless you really train yourself into playing a very perfect hit style gameplay. But I don't feel like enough people are going to take that much time to train themselves to be really good at perfect hit in Ryse Son of Rome, in a case, something like that. So I do think there's just some parts, there's a lot to it in combat, but there's some parts of it that could be well removed and be okay still, I think. Because it would help the player focus on some things better. But yeah, that's my sort of like idea of why I think the gameplay could be a bit better if they just cut down and focus on a bit more on other parts of it. And yeah. And that's mostly that for gameplay and story. Music, I didn't get to hear as much, but I'm pretty sure music's pretty fine, I think. The art is great. Everybody's facial animation. The animation team on this game definitely did a really fantastic job. There was not a lot of issues that I've thought, like, oh, the animation's just weak here or whatever there. Like, it's just on par with a lot of other games with high animations, like Uncharted, Last of Us, Tomb Raider, Yakuza, I guess, would be another one. The Yakuza is a little bit more, like, tries to do things that are interesting in a way, but it's, like, camera tricks. Here, it's not camera tricks. It's literally just doing, like, exactly what the other games are doing. It's just, like, making sure that everything's in scene and everything's, like, very focused on realism in a sense. So I like that they weren't trying to, like, do any ways to they don't try too hard to cheat their animations. Like, oh, we don't have time to animate this thing, so we just have to face the camera away from the player so the player doesn't know that they're actually not doing it. But I really like the game for doing so much work in animation. There's a lot of animation work, a lot of art. Environments are beautiful, of course, but unfortunately, no photo mode. This game came out in, 2014, 2015? It's just, like, I guess, yeah, I mean, by the time of 2018, more games, specifically maybe AAA games that are single-player, incorporated, like, photo mode by that point. Like, people were starting to do more, ask for more of those, like, photo modes. Even then, older games had, like, at least a turn-off HUD situation, but here it doesn't allow for that, which kind of sucked. I think photo mode would have been best for environmental looking, like, stuff to show up and stuff, but unfortunately it didn't come to that point at all for this game, so it kind of sucked greatly that it did not incorporate a photo mode in this game, which was a big shame because of how good it looks, how good this game looks with all the scenery and environments that was made. Also, it really had a lot of variety of environments as well, so it was really nice. But a lot of the times, the environments were literally civilization structures and less about nature forest areas, because it only had, like, a few of that, unfortunately. Like, 2 levels, I think. 2 or 3 levels had, like, just forest-related level-looking stuff. What else is there left to say? Yeah, I think that's mostly it for what I want to say about this of Ryse Son of Rome in terms of my thoughts and opinions on it. I do think that it's nice that CryEngine was used, because I don't often see a lot of CryEngine games these days. I know Prey 2017 I played on the channel was all in CryEngine, I believe it was. I forgot what other games I've played that has been in CryEngine. I haven't played Crysis. I know Crysis is one of the most notable games coming from the CryEngine. Because they're from the same developer of Crytek, of course, as well as Hunt the Showdown, but I haven't touched that either yet. Yeah, I think those are, like, the only ones I know about that are directly from Crytek using Crysis, using the CryEngine. But there might have been more, and I just forgot about it. Yeah, I think that they definitely did a good job here. Ultimately, I think that this is a game I would recommend to someone who just wants a simple sit down, very straightforward game, and not, like, too crazy. Like, if you care about the characters, great. If you don't, then it's just the gameplay that will have to sell you on it, I think. I do think that people should probably play this more, because I think that this kind of game is short enough, because it's not more than 10 hours long. Because I played it, and it's not more than 10 hours so far. I think I hit, like, 8-9 hours or so far at this point. And And the game is not too big on the pricing anymore, I think. It's like maybe $20 or $10. But otherwise, I think this is a game worth just sitting down if you have nothing better to do and you want a high quality something, then this is definitely it. There's a little bit of a performance dip. I have a very high quality, or not high quality, high end machine, but it's like it still doesn't utilize all of it, or that all of it doesn't seem to help it. Instead, it's like underperformance is through having too many busy things going on in the game, or maybe it's due to my recording stuff that takes over bits of it. But it's not really certain if that is the case or not. So that was kind of like the idea of what I think is a little bit of a problem for that. This is like there's a few times where it just lags or something, but it never hang, it never crashed, it never did anything like that. So case be point there. But yeah, I recommend this game if you have the time, the computer, the console, maybe Xboxes where this is at only, I think. If you have those things and you want to play this game, I recommend it. I'll leave links down below, the description box down below, to get the game for yourself. And hope you guys check those out and get it for yourself to play and enjoy. I think that I missed some things, of course. I missed some secrets, so you guys can go off and do it yourself. I might not get the secret stuff on my own. I'm probably gonna get lazy and just call it for this game for myself and just be done with it and move on. What else is there? Yeah, so that's pretty much it for Ryse Son of Rome. Again, description box down below with the game store pages. And what's next after this? So, it's a game that I randomly I said I was not going to play for years later because I wasn't sure if I would get it anytime soon. Randomly, I got it, and I was just like, okay, screw it, I'll just continue it. So, you'll see that when you get there, I guess, when it gets out. So we'll be jumping into that game right after this one, once it's over. Well, not right after this recording, but in a soonish recording that I will be recording it and getting to it. So yeah, that will be pretty much the case of what I'm going to do next and play that next. If you want to check out other games that I've played, third-person game style, or maybe cinematic games, I've played Uncharted, all of Uncharted is on the channel, or maybe Tomb Raider, as I said before, or maybe The Last of Us Part 1, or Last of Us 1 is what I'd rather call it. That's up there on the channel. I think I played the PS4 version, I think. Yeah, the PS4 version is what I played, not the PS5 or PC version or anything like that. So that's sort of the thing. So those are the games I would reference for this game to be similar to, and maybe Plague Tale Innocence, which is the last game I played before this, before starting the series. But otherwise, yeah, I will. When does this credit end? Jeez, there's so many people in this. I mean, it's great that Crytek hires a lot of people internationally, but Legal Notice is great. Oh, also one last thing to say. I do apologize if anybody is watching this with a YouTube channel or a YouTube account, because it seems like this game is very 18 plus apparently. I don't know why it is. Other people outside of this channel, that's not the way to say it. Other channels that have played this game didn't get the 18 plus thing, the restriction to make you sign in to play it or watch it. Not play it, to watch it. So apologies to those who are just wait, I have to sign in for this crap. And it's unfortunately the reality of it. I can't fight it apparently, so it's just whatever with it now. I tried it and it's whatever. Otherwise, yeah, the whole series might be like that, I think, or most of the series will be like that, unfortunately. So it's what it is, unfortunately. Because of course the game is very much execution being very violent, or the menu has a a sword going through someone's throat. It's just okay, I can't change that UI sucks, but it's what it is. Or the idea of that was pretty bad. UI is very simplistic, I'd say, but I think the menu could have been better. The menu setup should have been better, but it's whatever. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the series, and that's it for this episode soon here. Once this credit finishes rolling, I'm just so freaking done with this credit. It's been so long. But otherwise, I will continue on to the next series, next game to play. Hope you guys have a great, amazing day. Good night to whenever watching this. Are we finally done? Yeah? We're done, right? No more credits? Yep, credits is fading away. Oh. Oh, okay. I thought there was more to the ending there because it didn't look like it was saying much. Yeah, so that's it for the Ryse Son of Rome, and that was all the credits. That was the whole thing, and I've already said all I said for what I was thinking of. What else is there left to say? That's mostly it. Yeah, I don't want to keep saying more. Oh, yeah. Multiplayer. That's the last thing I'll say. Last thing. Multiplayer, I'm not touching it. Not because I don't like it, but because I just don't feel like going into multiplayer mode if it's not the point of the game in my mind. I mean, it is a big component to the game because it's part of the literal gladiator menu here. Oh, can I not go to it? There we go. Yeah, so it's like there's the whole weird multiplayer thing. I don't really care for it as much, unfortunately. But that's that. I'm not gonna touch it. Get the game yourself and try it out, I guess. I don't think the multiplayer parties are as populated as other games are, but who knows? I have no clue anyways. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. So that's it for the series. That's it for this thing. I'm not gonna make another video after this because we already finished the story, so there's no real point for it. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. So, Roz,